Hey Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at Part Man, Part Machine, All Cop, NECA's brand new Ultimate RoboCop action figure. This is a perfect movie. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. Top five, definitely. I watched this movie. There was a time after 1987 where I had recorded RoboCop off of HBO, and I came home after school every day and watched RoboCop. I would have been, I guess, probably about 12 years old at this point. Certainly my parents would not have wanted me watching RoboCop, so I was definitely doing this kind of on the down low, but I just adore this movie. The satire is incredible. The effects are unbelievable. Paul Verhoeven is a genius, and Peter Weller is just a juggernaut of acting. I love everything that man has done. So I was very, very excited to have a brand new RoboCop figure with, for the first time, on an American release anyway, Peter Weller's likeness. Because this is what we've been waiting for. We will be doing a little closer comparisons later on, but I have right here McFarlane's RoboCop figure that came out in the Movie Maniacs line. You can see he's a little worse for wear. He has traveled a lot. I don't know if there's a date on this guy or not, but anyway, it came out in the Movie Maniacs line. And then we also have the last NECA standard RoboCop that will compare this guy to both of those. And I actually prefer the McFarlane one a little bit over the NECA one, which surprised me. So, this went up as part of Target's Fall Geek Out Collector Store, whatever name they have to try and draw the attention of people like myself. So I ordered it, and then not too many days later, possibly like 2 days later, I went to Target and they had it in stock. So I bought one off the shelf because I wanted to be able to look at the paint and everything else and determine, because when you order online, with especially NECA stuff, and look, NECA's gotten so much better than they used to be about quality, but it's still nice to be able to get eyes on something. So they probably had 6 of these at the store. I picked out the one that I thought looked the best. And then the one came from Target Online. So what we're going to do now is open them up and do a little comparison on them, which I've kind of already done a little bit. And if you look, this one's eyes seem a little weird. Or no, wait, this one, the eyes, and it's possibly because this guy is facing straight ahead, and then this one is turned a little bit, but the eyes on this one seem just slightly off kilter. But the thing that really made me decide I was going to keep and open the other one is you can see there's a scratch on the chest of this one, and this is the one that was sent to me online, because I would not have picked one with a scratched chest like that from the store. So this one, I've got my receipt. It's going. Oh, another interesting thing that I noticed, you can see the big rifle there, and how the bipod is kind of folded up this way. But then in this one, it's kind of turned. I'm hoping that this isn't damaged, but if I have to, I can swap those rifles out and keep the good one. But you'll notice Robo's arm is kind of pushed up out of the bubble where it should be, or out of the tray where it should be. So anyway, this one is going back. And this guy we are going to open up right now. Let's take a look here at the back of the box. Again, NECA has really made an art out of their box backs. It is all shots of the figure. They do not, for some reason, use actual, aside from the front of the box, which is typically the movie poster, they just don't use shots of the characters on their packaging. It's usually shots of the toy. Part man, part machine, all cop, the future of law enforcement. features spring-loaded holster. That is a huge deal. We'll get to why a little bit later on, but you can see just a beautiful looking figure. And then on the bottom of the box, we have those credits that I love to see on the NECA products. Everybody that was involved with the creation of this piece of art gets credited on the box, and that is a huge thing to me. That's one of the things way back in the day that really made me a fan of NECA. All right. I'm excited. Oh, in this box, if you can see the like chromed out finish on it, nice metallic ink. It's one of those boxes I look at and I'm like, man, I'd kind of like to just keep that box, but I'm not going to. Also, something I noticed, this box is a little bit sturdier than some of the more recent NECA figures that I've gotten, and I wonder if this was actually supposed to come out longer ago than it did. I don't know. Open it up. You've got another shot of the figure and the figure itself. And there you go. Let's open it up. Or let's get him out of there. So there are a number of features in this one that are an improvement over the older versions. You can see the nice... I love that these backdrops now are the dioramas that the artists at NECA build to showcase the figures. So very cool. Like, if you want to do a little figure photography in front of that, you certainly can. It looks great. I would love to have an entire room in my house that was just little miniature sets like this. That would be amazing. One day, when this YouTube thing pays off, I'll make that happen. Speaking of which, I am close to 1,000 subscribers. Once I get there, I'm going to do something special, and I think I've got kind of an idea now of what that might be. More on that soon. So let's get our rifle out of here. And it looks like... Oh, it was just assembled. Oh, no, it is actually... Oh, weird. Okay, it's not broken. Okay, let's give you guys a closer look at that. So that's actually designed... This is like a C shape. And that has... So this will plug into, or hook into, that C shape. I'm glad I've got another one sitting right here. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. No, that's fine. And then those just fold right up there. Okay, great. Well, since we've got the rifle, I guess we're going to look at that first. This is the... Oh, gosh, do they name it on the box? I can't remember what the heck the name of the rifle is. Okay, it includes Auto 9, which is RoboCop's pistol, the Cobra Assault Cannon, the Data Spike right hand, blast effect, and interchangeable head. So this is the Cobra Assault Cannon, which, being such a big G.I. Joe fan, you'd think I would know that right off the top of my head. We have a soft plastic strap that is a separate piece, hopefully secured very well to the rifle. The rifle itself is a pretty nice rigid plastic, and you can see it's like in the movie, it's a relatively simple sculpt, which is part of what makes it look like a more futuristic weapon. But I mean, they have captured the detail on this. It looks really fantastic. I love it. This is like a notable... I can't say it's like one of my favorite movie weapons, but it is certainly a notable movie weapon. And I would love it if we could get a clearance Boddicker. Oh, man, is there... There is actually... Wow. I hope you can see that. The little scope part is painted in the front. And there is even a dot. If you can see, there's a little bit of yellow paint and a little bit of red paint underneath that painted panel. How cool is that? I mean, it's NECA. This is what they do. But it's still, you know, in this day and age of lots of unpainted accessories, it's still nice to see that kind of attention to detail. Wow. This is a fantastic accessory. I love it. All right, I like it. All right, let's put it down and move on to, I'm sure we've got some plastic bits to cut through here in order to get Robo out of his tray. And that might be it. Yeah, just the one at the waist is typically all NECA goes with now. Let's pop these accessories out. I have been so excited for this figure since it was announced. And I am also excited for the battle damaged version that comes with RoboCop's chair. That should be hitting any day now, really. All right, let's get these accessories out of the way and take a look at RoboCop. He had, oh gosh, the finish on this guy is beautiful. If you can see the way that they did the colors, this is something that, like, when I was a kid and such a big fan of this movie, a little bit of a tight joint there. I don't want to force that too much. There we go. Okay, we're good. It doesn't get quite a 90-degree bend there, but RoboCop himself doesn't get quite a 90-degree bend. I've got a nice shoulder joint there. You can see the pivot, and it goes in a little bit further as well. So they've designed this to have just a little bit more range. Gosh, the colors are beautiful. So when I was a kid, RoboCop was just like kind of silver to me. It didn't, I didn't realize until much later on that he actually had not only a bluish tint to his armor, but there was almost like an oil type effect as well, where there were some sort of pinkish purples in there too. And NECA has really, really captured that look amazingly well. Torso moves on a, oh really? Let's get those arms up so we can move this around. Really nice range on this torso. He's got some kind of fuzz or something up in his chest cavity. That's weird. Okay. So yeah, great range on that torso. That's very impressive. And then he does have a cut joint at the waist, which usually I don't love, but he is a robot cop. So this, as far as I know, this is how he was designed. So not bad. That glossy black in the abdomen here looks fantastic. Like I said, the joints are tight but secure. And there's no pivoting here as there normally would be, because he's got the those overlapping pieces would not allow that. But again, that's RoboCop. I'm trying to see what we've got. Okay, so we've got the wrist turns, and there appears to be no joint at the wrist here, so that's interesting. Wow. It's only at the top right there that there's a joint, and there's no motion like that. There's no pivot. Wild. Okay, same thing on this side. That doesn't want to turn. There we go. Okay, so that one rotates, and same deal. No wrist, no actual wrist. There's forearm, but no actual wrist articulation. Very interesting. And I mean, it would break up the sculpt, but at the same time, I mean, he does move his hand like that. Head articulation, we've got on a ball joint with as much mobility as RoboCop needs. I mean, that's possibly more than he has in the actual movie, so that's fine. And then our hip joints, again, very, very limited, but that's the nature of the character. And that's again, really as much as you need. And if you notice, you can see the disc right in here that gives it a little more range. Very cool. And then the knees, I'm going to very carefully. Okay, nice ratcheting knee joints. No swivel at the knees either. They are, I mean, he really moves like a robot. But you do have about a 90-degree bend at the knees because, you know, I'm sure they're going to give us a car someday for him. I'm kidding, obviously. I don't think that's probably going to happen. And then the ankles. So this is interesting. The pistons are actually functional, and that's all you get. There is no, oh, sorry, I got out of focus there. There is no rocker joint here. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, we're fine. I wonder how flexible this piece, no, it's pretty rigid. Oh, but this, okay, let's watch this. No, it stays pretty static. Okay. So yeah, no rocker joint here at all. Strictly just a pivot up and down like that. Very interesting. And then I noticed this little trigger on the back of the leg here. So that is going to, I don't know if we push it up or down. Oh, whoa, wow. Okay, hang on. That was wild. I kind of wasn't expecting that. So you push it forward, and that holster pops open, and that is where we store RoboCop's pistol. I'm sure it goes in here a very specific way that my giant fingers are going to have trouble figuring exactly out. That can't hang down too low. Oh my gosh. And what's funny is one of the other figures does this. Matter of fact, I think back in NECA's days, before they were doing Ultimates, when they would release 3 different versions of a figure with different features. We got a regular RoboCop, and then we did get a RoboCop with a spring-loaded holster as a separate release. Is that? I feel like that's not really in there. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's how that goes in there. Little trial and error, and then you just close that back up. And I'm honestly a little surprised that they would even leave that trigger, or that trigger button, whatever, that apparent. Man, look how cool this is. The bolts actually have different paint in the middle there. You can see it on the thigh. You can see it up here and here. Unbelievable paint job on this guy for such a deceptively simplistic design. Just gorgeous paint applications. I really want to get that shoulder back a little bit more, because if you can see, they're a little uneven, and I'm wondering if there's a little butterfly action, because it moves that way, but it doesn't appear. No, it doesn't move that way. Okay. So, this is our new NECA RoboCop. And he stands. Interesting that these are all, I think, going to end up being about the same size. He is 7 inches tall. And then right next to him, oh, look, it's the same mechanism. So that, wow. Look at the difference in these guys. This one was so amazing when it came out, and it still looks really great. But look at the difference in the finish on this one, on this new one, and the older one. But look, same mechanism here. Except it seems to work a little bit better. I haven't opened this in years. There we go. Whoa! Holy cow! I just broke a RoboCop. I think that'll go back on. I hope that'll go back on because look at this, the spring just like shot out of it. There it goes. All right. Well, let's set him to the side because that was the main thing I wanted to look at. Were the differences in these two, and really it's mostly the paint. But I'm looking at the sculpt. This sculpt seems sharper to me. The lines are deeper. The detail stands out better, and it's not just the paint on it. This seems to be an actual updated tooling. I could be wrong, but it looks different. Look at the little bolt on the right side of his back there, and just look at all of the sculpt and how much more distinct it looks on the new one. The socket on the back of his head, everything is deeper and richer on this new figure. All right, let's put this guy aside. We'll take a look at the McFarlane figure, which I preferred a little bit because of the finish on his armor. Looking a little, you can see, like I said, he's traveled a lot. But now we have the best of both of those other figures in this new figure because we have the nice metallic finish of this McFarlane one on this new Ultimate NECA figure. Although I do also like on this one, look how you've got a flat black here and then gloss black here. Sorry, this guy's a little dusty. He stays in my workshop. He's one of my like mascot figures, kind of. So he's out here, and it's some parts of the workshop are a little dirtier than others. But look, I really like on this one this gloss against the flat black, whereas this one is just all glossy, which looks great. But like, how cool does that look? But I don't know that that's even accurate to the movie. All right. So let's take a look at this guy's accessories. Well, I guess we better pop that. I'm putting my hand over this one before I open it because I don't want the hatch flying off. Let's get that Auto 9 back out. If I can. Which I'm not taking as a given. Man, that thing is in there snug. Okay, there we go. That is not going back in there for the remainder of this video. I will tell you that right now. Okay. The Auto 9 RoboCop signature gigantic hand cannon. Great sculpt. Looks fantastic, and it's all, it's just all black. There's no painted detail to be had on this one. And going along, let's see. We have a blast effect, which is essentially just the smoke effect of his gun firing. There's no visible bullet or anything, but I think that's fine. And that actually plugs onto the end. And you get that cool look right there, which is accurate to how this thing looks when it fires. Very cool. You've got an alternate hand with the data spike, which I am very happy to have this accessory. And this is, again, I hope we someday have a Clarence Boddicker figure to stick this into. But you can see the data spike is more of a spike this time than a blade, which it has been in the past. Looks great. And then we have got an alternate head with Peter Weller's likeness. Let's see how easy this is going to be to get off. Pops right off. We've got a nice ball right there. And it is the full neck because if you notice, ooh, I don't like that. Although it's going to be covered up by his collar. But you can see there's some paint lost here. But when Robo takes his helmet off, this chin piece and this whole collar piece comes off as well at the end of the movie. And you actually see all of this detail in his neck. And this is all one piece. This is not a neck and a head. But you can see all of the just incredible detail in this. And then that soulful look in those eyes. Look at those eyes. Man, this is a phenomenal sculpt. Peter Weller would have made a very interesting... Well, he voiced Batman in the animated Dark Knight Returns and was fantastic. So there's that. All right, let's get this head on here. I believe that I'm saving this head to go on the battle damaged. Gosh, that doesn't even look like it's going to fit. Look at that. That's not going to go on there, is it? Yeah, I guess it will. I'm just going to need to heat it up to get it to go all the way down. I'm going to save this head to go on the battle damaged RoboCop that comes... Oh, it is on there. Okay. Go with the battle damaged RoboCop that comes with the chair. I do not know if that one includes an alternate head or not. Because I've told you guys before, I don't always look so closely at these things and what they come with, because this is a RoboCop figure from NECA. I'm buying it. Like, there's no question about it. I'm going to buy this figure. I don't care what it comes with. I don't care what the accessories are. And part of the fun for me is definitely... Oh, man. Is definitely finding out what goodies are inside and how they interact with the figure. So there you go. Wow. Go Robo. That is NECA's new Ultimate Robert Cop. That's a completely different thing. Available at a Target near you, or I think you can still order it online. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, and remember, stay out of trouble.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.